Hello, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to the BTS Hub. I am up now, ready to cast some games.
Welcome, dude. How's it going?
Absolutely great. I'm really excited for these ones.
My shift ended 2 hours ago, but I've got too much adrenaline.
That
So,
last game was
yeah.
amazing. That was
You know.
craziness. Absolute
Yeah.
insanity.
I am looking forward to more of that.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
We got what 48 more hours or something like the the Dota doesn't stop here at the Insanity Hub.
definitely
So.
not. And insanity is the name of the game.
Let's open the draft. We got
I'm
picks.
ready. It's
Yeah,
happening.
People want picks. Let's go. Alliance versus NiP, our next game. The other winner bracket match. These games did not happen at the same time like some other regions, SEA, because there was no tie breaks. And looking forward to seeing the Swedish rivalry.
Absolutely. It's definitely always a nice storyline seeing a Broodmother second pick here out of Alliance.
Yes.
This is some craziness. I was looking up the stats, and one of the highest win rates on any of the heroes in this current patch currently. So really, really solid. I do feel like to a certain extent you can really inflate those stats by last picking it if there isn't a great counter. And I feel like with the Queen of Pain Broodmother opening, it is kind of pigeonholing you a little bit at the very start of the game into a one way to go. I think the Shadow Fiend Tusk isn't necessarily great at dealing with it, but they haven't picked their safe lane yet. So you certainly can build this safe lane around dealing with the Broodmother.
And the other thing I like with Alliance is the Queen of Pain pick is also flexible. As much as it's like the hero S4 is known for and normally goes mid, if you really want, you can run it in the safe lane. So it's not like you can guarantee that you're going to have that Queen of Pain's mid lane matchup for the SF. Not that it's necessarily a favored one for the SF. SF should do fine against Quap, can always fall back to the jungle, farm your stacks, do your stuff there. So we'll see if that's going to be the case. We've got Winter rejoining us. Winter, it's Dan's game Broodmother. Broodmama. As he's actually putting on his mic still. But
No big deal. It's all good. Everything is wonderful here. Also saw the Axe and the Ember band out here. Any particular thoughts on the Broodmother at all? Is that a hero that you like to see? Is that a hero that you hate to see?
I think it's a first phase hero now, like first pick, first ban. If your team can actually play the hero well,
Okay.
so I like it a lot from Alliance, and it certainly fits their playstyle. I think Broodmother is just much better than Prophet in terms of what you do in the game, and your goal is to always split the enemy up and try to make them commit resources to dealing with you. Then you actually indirectly help the other lanes to do much better.
I'll say also, I was looking up the stats again for Alliance. They're actually 1-4 currently on Nature's Prophet, a hero that they're pretty well known for. And
Prophet is just, I don't feel like Prophet is really like strong, even though he received like a few buffs, but.
yeah, I don't think it's first pick material at all. It's like a niche, like fourth, fifth pick maybe.
Situational pick.
Yeah.
Situational pick.
And that's where I feel, as much as the whole meme is you didn't ban Nature's Prophet against Alliance, you should not be first stage banning it, even if it is like a signature hero.
I think with the Brood right now, I would look to pair it with something that can help the Brood, which is Spirit Breaker. There's no relocate, but you want to have supports that can actually help the Brood, release the Brood into her zone. You go to her lane, you get a kill, you push a tower. So Spirit Breaker is one of those few supports that can actually go to the lane without wasting too much time because of the charge. You can even commit a teleport scroll just to go to the lane and charge in if you feel that you're not confident charging halfway through the map. And Queen is also a hero that can use that first Sonic Wave to help the Brood.
And as for undefeated on Quap this patch, 5-0.
yeah,
5 games though, not like pretty decent sample size.
that's a good win rate.
Yeah.
That's a really good win
As far
rate.
as Quap being first pick, it doesn't feel like a hero that like ever justifies like, oh wow, that's such an OP hero. But why do you think Quap is like the first pick, or like so frequently? We saw it last game in the Liquid series.
It's a good hero overall in the meta, I think. She is one of the mid heroes that received the least amount of nerfs, I want to say. The others
Right.
the others received so much nerfs. The Lina didn't even receive that much, but still more than Queen. Lina and Lash like primarily got nerfed a lot. So I feel Queen was like the third mid hero after those two. I mean, you could argue TA in some games can actually do better, but overall Queen offers more in terms of teamfight control with the AoE. The only weakness is just the long cooldown on her ultimate, which sometimes team actually utilizes to their advantage.
I think also she's one of the heroes that isn't necessarily a Yule's carrier unless you're going to be trying to purge that silence, and that was an item that got hit pretty hard.
Yeah,
so.
I agree. I think the use also because it made the other two heroes much stronger than Queen, the
Right.
Lina and the Lash. But right now, NiP is going for, I think, one of their comfort heroes as well. They like to play Legion a lot, and
Right.
Legion is a good hero versus the Brood. So they definitely need help to help the Brood to actually get into her zone this game. They need to help the Brood kill the Legion. at some point in the game. And it's also going to be curious to see what items the Brute Mother goes against Legion. Do you remember the guide? What did the person say against Legion? What you should build on the hero? I remember the skill build is like you go 2 in webs, 1 in incapacitating bite at level 3, so you have 2 webs and 1 bite, and then 4, 5, 6, 7 you go back to your spawn spiderlings.
You certainly can.
I didn't read the guide so closely, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, item selection, I think you go for armor. I think he suggested armor for against Legion Commander, so he doesn't kill you in the duel. So maybe you go for Vlad's or Medallion, or you go for... I think SNY is good as well, like stats based, instead of going for Orchid. I think Orchid is not so useful this game.
Yeah.
Unless you somehow get a really...
Orchid's not good against any of these heroes.
Unless you somehow get a really good start, then Orchid will allow you to snowball.
I don't even think it allows you to snowball any more so than other potential items.
Yeah, I think this game, definitely the armor build or Deso SNY stats build is good. Like Skadi, Deso, SNY Skadi.
You could just go for SMY or even a Manta style for like getting out of dust and having the extra SMY and Manta good because you get the extra movement speed, so you can get out of escape from ganks with the extra move speed.
I actually like the SNY more because of I like the proc, the Sage proc as well. It's very useful when you're trying to 1v1. So I just personally feel that it's better, but I agree. Manta could sometimes be more useful because you can remove the dust.
It's the King and Queen strat. Alliance ran this, I think, just yesterday. Wraith King comes out. Loda has been playing this hero a little bit lately.
So they're expecting much more aggression from Alliance, so they ban out the Chen. Maybe they feel that the tempo might be too quick if they have Chen plus Witch Doctor, but we haven't really seen... Did we actually see Alliance pick Chen recently? Did they actually do it?
They've done it a couple of times I've seen. I think only once or twice, but they haven't had a good win rate on it. And it is still formulating with that push draft, and you do already have very strong lanes, I feel like, with Witch Doctor and Wraith King, both pretty strong with the stuns.
And they have very good calls at fighting early that would actually help the Brute Mother, become the beast that she will be if she gets a good laning phase.
Yeah, no games of Chen in their last 10 that I'm looking at here, so...
It's not very
a
common.
bit surprised by the Chen ban.
So NiP is looking for a carry, unless Era is playing Legion. I would assume the Tusk is support with the Dazzle, and they're going to be looking to get an Era hero.
Yeah, you've got the heal bomb combo there.
Does he play Legion?
He plays Shadow Fiend.
He plays Shadow Fiend.
So does Limp, but I'd say Era's more likely to be on Shadow Fiend, but they both play Shadow Fiend, absolutely. Yes. Depends on what their safe lane hero is going to be.
But does anyone else plays the Legion?
No, Jonas fan always on the Legion commander. It's one of his more often played off lanes.
Okay, so they are actually going for the Lash.
Safe lane Lash.
So you don't you actually want the Legion against the Brute?
Yeah. Or do you? I guess you go Lash Dazzle in the off lane or.
Are they going to contest?
I feel like Tusk maybe.
No, I think they might want to contest Dazzle, Tusk, and Lash.
Yeah.
They want to contest the lane.
That's why they pick a strong range nuka. The one thing, then Alliance with their last pick want a good support to go with Witch Doctor Wraith King.
Yeah.
I feel like Legion can hold their own against the Broodmother,
no
problem.
She definitely can.
What do you think of Coddle? That's an Ake hero that could go with the tri-lane.
Yeah, that is possible.
I will say
it's the Broodmother.
They have an 0-4 win rate right now in Alliance with Coddle as well.
I think they need like
let's skip by the Coddle maybe. Okay.
They want a support that can actually deal more damage in the lane.
Yeah.
If you want to deal against Legion Commander, Wyvern could be useful with the Embrace, and Wyvern is strong in the lane.
Definitely.
It's fairly strong in lane. Your Octopus is such a long cooldown that it can pose some weaknesses. Lena's good. Okay, there you go. Good firepower, good movement.
Yeah, they
speed
need
as well.
damage. The main thing is they just need to have a support that deals damage in the lane. And they have this combo where Wraith King starts the stun, Lina can follow up, or Witch Doctor. So I think in terms of 3 versus 3, I wouldn't feel that Alliance is going to lose for sure. I think they have a very good tri-lane. So
I think it comes down to execution.
It's going to come down to whoever gets the better initiation.
And the ward placement as well, probably quite important.
The other thing here as well, Lina, if you do end up snowballing into the middle of all these heroes, you're going to end up being in a situation, having some trouble with the mouse here.
You're in the wrong camera.
Yeah.
There we go. Worry, I've made that mistake a few times. I was like, do I need to reconnect, restart Dota?
Wonderful.
Fuck Reborn. What's wrong with Reborn?
Absolutely great. Back to what I was going to say, though, is that if you do have Lina up there, the snowballs come in, you can lay down the Light Strike Ray and just be able to... a bit how they ended up being able to set up the stuns for the other heroes. You've got Witch Doctor to toss out the cask after the fact. A really long duration stun, potentially, depending upon how you end up playing it.
Not to interrupt you, but importantly, a ward already placed in lane at top. So this is
key. This is really key.
He TP'd, got the ward down. He'll see the rotation, and there's a Sentry and hand skin. He misses it.
unfortunate.
damn.
This is
They knew
in-
they read it. They knew they would actually
Yep.
come down early to place the ward, but it was just not at the right spot.
Yes, this was like that right there. That 10 seconds of warding is some of the most important stuff that's going to happen in the first 10 minutes of this game.
You sound like you're trolling, but you're actually
No,
It's true.
that is this is like key.
I know, but
This is like, for people who are like new to Dota or don't watch a lot of professional Dota or just play pubs. This is some of the most important shit that can happen
this
right
is
now.
stuff that will lose you the lane and lose,
Yes.
lose you the game.
The difference between winning or losing the game may be that sentry ward right there.
So let's
Not necessarily.
look at
but-
what Bulldog actually went for with his items. He actually doesn't have anything. Probably gonna get a stout shield or calling bait from the side shop. I'm surprised he didn't go for the recipe of the soul ring though. That's usually what you get at the start of the game.
Yeah.
I think this game you might actually see an early Bessie from Bulldog. I think you need armor against Legion at some point, so we'll see. 1v1 matchup wise, yeah, he went for the quelling and the stout shield at the side shop. So he only did it when he's 100% sure it's a 1 versus 1 lane.
Yeah, that makes sense. And you're not going to be going for the spiderlings earlier, so it makes sense that he doesn't
I
necessarily
expect
have
the
to do it.
build that he's going to go for is the web, the double web, the 2 points in web, and the 1 point in incapacitating bite.
Aki looking to pressure mid. Actually took a power shot. Could have misplayed, but not the end of the world. SF with Bounty Rune already hits level 2. So Aki's not going to be able to do much to bully SF in this lane, I don't imagine. What do you think of this Radiant Ward up top, by the way? Didn't block the pull, but in a spot where it won't get dewarded. The Dire Sentry also missing similarly, but
It gives them vision about stacks and rotation. So
yeah, the rotation towards the top rune.
and they're just body blocking the full camp, so I think that's fine.
Yep. 2 body blocks in a row, and Witch Doctor may second guess that it was actually blocked out.
Yeah, and right now, the Wraith King is just having a hard time because the supports. I think they need both the supports on the lane, like trading hits and whatnot. Otherwise, the
definitely.
Wraith King is not going to be able to farm in this lane.
Yeah.
It's a really tough one right there. And I mean, I guess you do need to wait until level 2 for Tusk before you try and get really aggressive. And I feel like with the Lina pick, it's hard to dive under tower at this point. It's
Yeah,
stun
but
there.
the thing is, like, if no aggression is happening, Witch Doctor Lina is just doing their thing, and Tusk and
Right.
Dazzle are doing their thing, it's going to be a Lash versus Wraith King in terms of last hitting in the lane. Wraith King is going to take a lot of harass from Lash. So the trade-off, I think, would be favorable for NiP.
And they've also got this side pull off, so this is giving
Oh,
them
they
a bit of
got
extra money.
they got the last hit on with the weave.
Shadow
Sorry,
Weave,
not the heal from the Dazzle.
Yeah.
So 2-minute rune coming up, and NiP making sure they secure it up top for Limp, who will be the mid SF, and will not go to Quap. Quap just wanting to had the ward there to scout it out. So
Yeah. A little bit more aggression I was expecting out of this lane, but it looks like people are just waiting for their stuns. It kind of feels like at the same time Alliance are going to have to be the one to make the move, considering they're not really getting the farm that they want.
Yeah, and the Brood actually went for the build as well, the 2 points in web and the bite to actually deal with the Legion. Because thanks to the thread that I read, this is how you play against Legion.
it's the Brood expert.
Awesome.
He knows what to do. Orb of Venom, was that on
Yeah.
that on the list of items?
I'm not sure. I can't. I remember the skill build,
Okay.
but items I'm not sure.
Okay. And he's gone for 2 points in the bite though, not going.
Well, even more on the bite.
Yeah, you
Wow.
definitely want to go back for Spiderlings.
So I think
at
then
some point.
if he's actually doing this, it actually means that level 3, next level he might actually put more into bite, and level 6 he gets Aldi. He's
He
not
goes
gonna
for kill.
he's not gonna get his Spiderlings at all.
I wonder.
I
he
feel
can
like you
defi-
have to, even if it's like not till level 8, level 9.
Later, I
Spiderlings-
think later he gets the
your jungle
Spiderling.
farm is just so good.
It's
with
not
them.
only that; it's a
Scouting.
it's a damage source against the Legion commander when you're actually fighting him.
It's yeah, and the vision aspect is huge. It's one of the key parts of Brood. I feel is scouting with Spiderlings.
Definitely. I mean, it does become a liability in the early stage, and maybe they're thinking that these lanes are going to be rather static, and they're just going to be able to try and outlast it. I mean, once he gets 6, there's a decent chance that, considering this is an unusual skill build, he could potentially kill. I mean, if you take a look, Insatiable Hunger bonus damage is 60.
He'd need
The
one-
missed chance as well.
Yeah.
So
he
it
needs
means
a support. He would have to have a support, I think, unless
Right.
Legion goes way too aggressive.
does he really need a support? Like if he has 3
Look
points.
how much damage! Poor man's shield on Jonas. He's not doing any damage.
Oh, you're talking about Jonas. Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking that the Brood can solo kill.
Oh,
That's
that.
what
no,
I was
no.
thinking.
Oh,
too.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you guys were talking about
No,
like
no.
Brood getting the kill. I was like, huh?
No.
Like, what are you talking about? Okay, yeah, Legion has the kill potential with the at level 6 with Duel.
With the support, but
Yeah.
Brood doesn't really need the support.
No, it's the other way.
Sport barely getting away. Oh, Ice Shard's getting close. Haste Rune actually blocks him off. Oh, Limp wanted that one bad.
He actually had it, if not for the shards block. Maybe there were
Yeah.
bottle charges, but
I think he had it though.
Yeah, I
with
think
the-
he had it too.
With the haste rune.
Definitely.
So he is going for the 3 points in bite.
Wow. So is that where you ask for
Level 6
Lina
ulti
and
then
Lina come to the lane and go for a kill, or
you don't think he can solo kill the
I think if he's
Legion?
too
I think
far up,
he
he
can
can.
though. Really? You don't
pick
think
up
he can?
he's got a TP. He just TPs out if he needs. If he's
Ah,
really
yeah.
in a bad
If he
spot.
TPs out, then you win the lane.
I don't
That's
even
a
know if
good
he
point.
can just pop the nuke and then back off.
He's
as
gonna
well.
buy something like boots. Does he have boots already? Oh, his
Going
face
phase,
build.
yeah.
Yeah, he wants the kill at level 6.
Okay, we'll see. I think it's much safer with a rotation. Even a Queen of Pain could
There's
maybe
no doubt
bring out a
it's more
TP.
safe. Yeah, it's definitely safer.
And if you bring a support, then you can stop the TP. Like
Right.
bring Witch Doctor or Lina
Yeah.
just to stop the TP.
To make sure you
Definitely.
get the kill.
Because it's much better to
Did
get
he
the
max
kill.
the first spell or the second spell on Legion? Or the
He's got
first spell?
the first spell.
Because we saw Funny actually maxing the second spell, but it was with
Here we go.
with-
Bulldog will turn on the ultimate bottom lane. And then
See, he
just-
can kill him alone.
Okay.
He had enough.
So-
He has enough damage. That was without the phase boots.
Yeah, that was
That-
insatiable
you
hunger
win. You
used.
win the lane already by doing this. The lane is like almost won from the boot
All right.
when you force one TP.
I'm convinced.
It's dangerous.
Yes. I got Parker convinced. I did it, guys.
There you go. Nicely done.
Now, do you start going for spawn spiderlings at level 7, level 8, etc.? Or
not
and you
sure
need
though.
maybe some more webs.
I think he might actually want to go for the 4th point in the bite
Points in bite.
It's really
because he has
intense.
phase boots now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, take a look. It goes up to 60%
you-
miss
because
chance. as
because
well as
he
the
went
movement
for
slow.
because he went for the phase build. He doesn't have soul ring. So
Yeah.
without soul ring, you can't spam your nuke.
He'll have soul ring in no time at all.
Yeah.
if he
Maybe
needs
he
it.
still goes back, but
Yeah.
I can
Oh.
see him going for the 4th point.
Legion's up top now as well. Up here with
What?
the Tusk, they do have
He
Snowball.
wants dual damage, I guess.
They might be able to catch here. Ake's
Snowball
in a little bit
duo.
of trouble, maybe.
TP on Brood. He's got
Oh.
2 webs. We could see a Brood TP.
Oh my goodness. Getting ready to potentially dive deep here.
I want to see
Oh
a
my
Brood
God,
TP.
Brood TP. Serious?
Oh,
He
nice
got
dodge of the
stun!
stun. Gonna be able to catch him off to the side there.
Whoa!
bit of
Oh, he got
damage.
stunned. The
Nice
cast.
dodge, but it's so much damage out of that cast. They do catch with the shards off to the side now. Gonna be able to get the duel off onto Ake. Kills immediately with the Shadow Fiend coming
Oh
in.
my
Light Striker
God,
right.
the
Catches onto the
shots.
Tusk as well.
That's
He's
5
gonna be able to
heroes
back
though.
on up.
But it's first blood. Okay,
Yeah.
I guess
First
it's
blood
worth, it's worth it.
and dual damage. It's definitely worth it.
But
SF was
Alliance
haste again, by the way.
Alliance is still getting a good trade though.
Yeah.
Queen did have a TP for that, but it
It
was,
was
already
5 heroes. It was too
It was
many,
5
yeah.
heroes. Yeah,
It was,
five
it was
heroes.
over before it began for Alliance.
Go back to the Brood. What did he get at level 7?
He took this.
Yeah, he
his
starts to
spawn
get back
violence.
spiderlings.
The thing about this though is that when you rotate the duel all the way up there with the Legion Commander, he
Mid
doesn't
lane,
have the
mid lane,
spiderlings.
S4 gonna get a kill.
Low.
Is there a heal? Oh, deny.
Nicely done.
Worth the TP from Hanskin. That's a Sonic Wave on cooldown, so SF goes down, what, 50-50-ish trade maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, but
He lost some gold off
I
of
think
it.
it's much better for NiP now. The Brood's lane is not so threatening because Queen doesn't have Sonic Wave. Yeah, there we go. Phase Boots, incapacitating bites.
So much damage. No TP at this point in time. Needs to get a TP rotation. Dazzle coming in. They're going to be able to keep him off.
You think it's good for NiP? I mean, the Brood's still taking over bottom, and
Yeah, I think with
SF
the
died.
Sonic Wave down is definitely good. Like denying the SF, I mean. I'm not saying they are in
Yep.
a much better position.
well, you can get
overall.
aggressive under towers, knowing that if Queen of Pain TPs, there's no Sonic
Yeah,
Wave.
there's no Sonic Wave.
And Wraith King's in really bad fighting shape. Level 4, only boots.
What is he gonna go this game?
I mean,
Is he gonna
just
go back
standard.
Midas?
Yeah.
It's
Probably
risky.
not.
It's always good because Wraith King benefits so much from levels, but you may just want to go,
Armlet, Blade Mail, Blink.
yeah,
What else is good this game?
treads.
We've rotated the Shadow Fiend down to the bot lane now. I feel like this is a lane that he could potentially stay
Sorry,
in
there
if
you
he
go.
wants to, maybe. I mean, it's really tough at this point for the Legion. She's just going to go on over into the jungle here now. Do you guys think that the Shadow Fiend stays here at this point?
He's
But
not going to probably
he can
spend
actually
too
get
long.
killed by the Brood though.
Yeah.
With this build from Brood. Brood can actually kill the Shadow Fiend easily.
He has sentries, or a sentry, and I think he's hoping for a kill with Jewel, because Legion has the dust. Bulldog, I imagine, saw the Legion poke out. He was hoping for, he wanted the Brood to go on him so Legion could come out for the gank.
Right.
I think Bulldog now aware of what's going on. Has Soul Ring and is going to start getting some Spiderlings.
He
up.
went back to another point in
Yeah, I
the
saw that.
webs.
That's
Very
pretty odd.
strange.
He wants the bigger coverage. He's kind of reached that point where if he wants to press up the lane, he
This
needs
is-
more than the 4
This
webs.
is just a hero that doesn't have a set skill build or item build every game. This hero can just basically do any skill build, any item build
Yeah.
depending on the game.
You can't. That's the why it's become first pick, because you can't like just counter it with Legion or Axe and then win
Yeah.
the game. Bottom lane Bulldog and Limp battling it
Oh,
out.
he has ulti. Okay.
Level 8 ulti. That's one way.
Yeah,
to
he
verse
knows he needs that to protect himself from the Brood.
Yeah.
So it saves him this time, but the hunger has a
cooldowns.
much lower cooldown than
Yeah.
the Requiem.
Oh, yeah.
So Brood will be able to be aggressive with the next cooldown.
We do see some rotations up here to the bottom lane. Ake in the area as well as loaded. It looks like they might want to get a kill here. Lots of damage on Bulldog right from the start. He's going to be able to get the stun though, staying alive at this point in time. One more right click should be enough to be able to take out that Shadow Fiend.
Smart play from
Nicely
Bulldog there,
done.
making sure he doesn't go down from the Death Requiem.
Yeah, that was really
Meanwhile,
good.
made Quap Sonic Wave kill, not
Legion?
was that
Legion?
Legion. Okay, but for a
That's
second
a-
I thought it was a support.
That was a good kill.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's-
really big.
Legion is very underfarmed now because he got forced to TP away from the lane and he went top. Even though they
does.
got the successful rotations, but it was at a huge cost for the Legion commander.
I like this. Era's not really been offering his team a whole lot. He's gone for a fast Edict though, and now he's going to get some tower money for the team.
This is how you play carry Lashak back in the
Yeah.
old day before they buffed the Lightning Storm.
yeah, aggro tri-lane, max
Yeah.
Edict. Yeah.
And then you push towers.
It
Definitely.
was a very SEA thing too. Like a lot SEA teams love to do this.
Now seeing the bottom lane pushed out as well across the board. Does look like they're going to be trying to get a little bit of rotations. Everything's slightly messy with heroes across the board. Oh, they are going on the Legion now down in the bottom lane. Does end up getting a TP rotation from the Dazzle. Should be fine here. A little bit scary though. We also have the Ake off to the side, waiting to go in as well.
Top lane looking for Lina.
We'll find him. Edict down, but not really any follow-up.
He was trying to go in with Edict and then hit the stun.
Yeah. Well, S4 is hanging out in the jungle here as well. They're looking for a kill. I think that they want to take out this Legion again.
Yeah, I
This is
think
a
at this
nice-
point of the game, Legion is their tempo controlling hero. So if you keep ganking him, it slows down NiP by a lot.
NiP's tempo controller, he's Alliance's food right now.
Oh, goodness.
Oh no. Okay, this is another foot.
Silken staying alive a little bit longer.
Double
Doesn't have a
TPs.
TP. Might be able to take this one down. Turn around. Admiral Bulldog dropping a little bit low. Is able to hit down the nuke on top of them. Caught up in the snowball. Jumping forward. Not going to be able to quite catch, but the dust does come out. They have a chance to catch here.
He's got the
no mana.
nothing still.
Oh, God. S4 now. Getting chased down by the Shadow Fiend. He does have a DD rune. If he wanted to turn around, no Sonic Wave, though.
He can blink TP out.
0 for 0.
0 for 0. But a lot of rotations made.
Loader TP top.
Loda,
so he's got
Loda
power.
was the only victor from this.
Well, he was bottom and then TP top.
Oh,
I
he
think,
TP
during that.
top.
I think
Okay.
he was at bottom at the start,
Okay.
but he wasn't like involved in the initiation. He was just at the tower. And I'm not
That was
entirely
that was also the phase boots allowing the boot to escape
Yeah.
there. Yeah. That was really important.
sure. S4 looking for this tower, has a DD. Oh no, DD wears off and should not get this now. Yeah,
Nicely done.
still the DD could have contested.
That was a little bit close.
So what is S4 going to go? Is he going to go back for his standard Orchid? It's
He doesn't always do it on the mid buff as much. I've seen him go Ags from time
or
to time.
BKB. BKB is maybe not BKB X. Orchid is going to be good versus the Dazzle. Though. That's the Dazzle and the Tusk. It's going to
Yeah,
be very
definitely.
useful. Very useful.
What's Wraithkin got? One Midas.
Midas.
basically. Yeah, there we go. And he's got tread, so he's actually caught up okay. For now, he's still.
Yeah, this is actually he's
He's
actually in
out-farming
good shape.
Lesh,
He's
yeah.
in good shape
Yeah.
with the minus.
Doing a really great job.
They are one tower down and he's caught up to the Lash.
Lesh does not. For me, the Lesh hasn't done a whole lot. I mean, pressured the towers, which is great, but you need to turn that into like taking over your enemy's jungle, being able to shut down
Definitely.
heroes.
I
and-
think the biggest point is because the Legion is far behind. If the Legion is far ahead, like it's ahead or somewhat okay, decent, then it's gonna put them in a situation where the Legion plus the Lash can kill anyone.
They're looping around mid lane. This could be a.
They need to snowball the Legion in.
Well, they also need to make sure
A little
S4
bit
does not get the
dangerous.
blink out.
I
if they
saw
go
bought
on him.
something. Okay, okay. And
Let's
he
have that
always
thing
goes
brought out.
okay. He always goes okay.
All right,
Loader
Wraithking's gonna have his
minus
Midas here in a
base.
second.
Yeah, well, he's
I want
in
to
a rough
use
spot.
my
He's got no
Midas.
TP.
Oh,
They've got the
no.
lane ward too. They'll see him. Oh,
This is
no.
gonna be a problem.
He's dead twice. He should be dead twice.
If they can lock him down.
He's
Be able
close
to.
to the tower. This is actually
Yeah.
quite dangerous.
CT's coming in right now. We do have several.
Yes,
S4 here
ulti.
as well.
Yes, ulti.
Going down one time.
This is
Sonic
bad for
Wave
them.
on to 3.
He's not even dead.
He's not even dead the first
They
time.
don't
That's
wanna
gonna be
kill
a
him.
I
blow on
think
the
I
Lash
think
rack
he
as
wants
well.
to die, so he
Yeah.
slows down everyone. Then they can actually kill
If he
everyone.
died, it was going to be
Oh.
like more kills. What a
Alright.
disaster.
Looks like Limp's going to be able to make his way away. That is going to be a TP out by Dazzle. Should be fine. No DOT to take him out. He's back in Fountain anyways.
Huh.
So Loda gets away. Didn't burn through that very long cooldown on his
Oh, that
ulti.
was a
If they-
win-win situation.
If they
for
got
them.
to top sooner, like left of that observer ward, it could have been good, but he got way too close to the tower.
The observer ward was actually their downfall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, I saw the ward. I'm like, oh, this is going to be great, and
They have two deep boards. Look at the mid lane as well. They have another deep board in middle lane.
I will say that the bottom tier 1 tower as well as
Okay.
the mid tier 1
They
tower
once
are down.
had a ward.
So all of the safe lanes are gone with their towers. We also have both of the mids gone. So they've been doing a good job of keeping up with the brood push that they've been having.
Yeah, the Brood is also going for a secondary Orchid. Huh, they are going for double orchids on Brood and...
You mentioned good against. Brood is often a hero that can flank in the team fight when you've got the webs, and that's where Brood is probably going to be more the one looking to take out the Dazzle.
I actually thought that he would actually go for more combat items, stats items, so he can actually leave.
Armor, SMY.
Yeah, armor, SMY stats,
yeah.
maybe BKB at some point.
Oh, my nut tutting. Doesn't have enough for the follow-up, though. Oh, misses the stun. That's a little bit awkward.
Yeah.
Most of his team not there, so it's not really going to matter anyways, but...
Did he actually buy anything on the Lina? Lina has no items. Right?
Just
No.
four.
Been pretty poor throughout the course of this game.
Yeah.
0-1. No kills or assists. No CS really. And warding, yeah.
Arcane boost, I guess.
Yeah. Both the line supports poor. I mean, all,
Yeah, but
all
their
four
three,
supports, yeah.
their lineup is supposed to have poor supports and reach 3 rich cores.
Yep.
That's their lineup.
Mech is up on the Shadow Fiend as well. You get a couple of pings on out. They're hunting this Brood. They really want to take it down. Dust is up
Where
on the
is
Tusk as well.
Bulldog hiding? I can't see him. Oh.
He's not hiding. He's,
Yeah, he's just running around. He's doing
he's
Brood
just
things.
jungling. Sometimes your farming patterns just happen to avoid those smoke ganks, and that seems to have been what happened there.
He's level 11 also. Didn't take up the level 2 ulti quite yet.
They're going to run into him.
Pop the dust.
I don't know.
Opt
I
to
think
do
the smoke were off at the same time, so
Oh.
they didn't realize Bulldog was there.
A little bit unfortuitous there.
I don't think they could have killed him with just those two as well.
Might have been able to catch some of the Spiderlings, but it would have caught a Shadow Wave, and that's not necessarily guaranteed either.
Oh my god, the Legion has just been a non-factor so far. He's so poor.
He's had like TP top. This is the second time he's been the one buying dust.
That's why I felt the TP was really detrimental. It was not... I mean, they
Maybe-
got kills, but it actually cost him a lot.
Maybe now that they're starting to take
5
towers,
million,
he's
yeah.
going to be able to get some type of gold acceleration through
Nice.
that,
Gets the
though.
last hit on the tower.
Yeah. Oh, let's say this gold he has now is only because they've taken the two, the
Right.
tier 1 top and mid, and now bottom as well.
Right.
This is a sneaky little move.
Can he cutting bait out of there?
We can, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
he needs one more. He has it.
Oh,
one more.
Want it so bad. You're going to be able to
Is
walk
his-
away from that
his
one.
sword should be visible, right? When he's
Winter, please. This is my immersion.
He's hanging out right there. Look at that. You can totally see him.
yeah, you can totally see the sword.
Hanging over. It's coming out like the gaps between the trees. Like, come on, this is bullshit. This isn't realistic.
Come on, Reborn. That's what we can blame it on there also. Edict up now as well. Level 4, doing a lot of damage. They are pushing out the tier 2 mid as well. So Tower's
Right.
fallen.
I think, should they actually force Roshan now?
They're gonna TP
Nah,
back.
they're gonna go back.
Plus TP's back. They want to just defend the tier 2. And the orchids we're talking about look to both be completed now.
Yeah. I think the Brood, because he's actually far ahead enough this game, it allows him to... I think if you're not far ahead, you can't really go Orchid. You have to be really far ahead to go that build.
Right. Well, he did a great job in lane against a matchup
Yeah, he
that
won
shouldn't
his,
be that great.
he won his lane. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Wraith King has about 2k in the bank. Probably going to go Blink next, I would imagine. Just to be able
Yeah,
to get
they
that
need an
instant
initiating
initiate.
hero, and you want Wraith
Oh.
King to be in front of the fight as much as
Definitely.
possible.
It gives so much room for Quap and Brood to just destroy a team fight if Wraith King can lead the way.
Things are looking very, very good for Alliance.
Yeah,
They have
agree.
somehow perfected their hero picks in general, their playstyle, and they're looking much, much better as the tournament progresses.
Well, you can see the Lesh really suffering for farm, which is the weakness of this build, not having the Lightning Storm to farm stacks and just go from jungle camp to jungle
Yeah.
camp. His incomes come from tower money. He's
Oh,
died
is
just
he
the once.
going Aghanims as his first item?
I think
Unless
that
it's a bloodstone.
He has,
I think
What
it's
he
a
has a
Bloodstone.
staff. He has a staff at home. It's his staff.
Oh.
Rush. Is that?
Is that a thing now?
It's
Unless
just damage,
I
but
guess.
it's damage. Oh, damage and stats, of course.
right. Staying alive a little bit longer. Oh, they are going to be able to jump forward here. No, it's
There's
going
no
to be
BKBs on the line.
loaded jumping away. A little bit scary. Their jungle is completely taken over. Bulldog's just running circles around them at this point. And they can't do anything about it.
this is the Brood
The
factor.
Brood
now.
mama things, and even has spiderlings. Like,
Yeah,
being
like
spread.
Ben mentioned when he was watching the Fnatic game, he realized that Chrissy doesn't do certain Brood things that the better
Yeah.
Brood players do, like spread out the spiders, hide
Right.
in better places, like do a lot of scouting. Chrissy actually didn't do too much of that.
You know, just
Legion.
using the trees to position yourself and
Nobody's around Legion right now.
Is Legion dead?
It's a little
has
bit
TP.
scary.
Yeah, may need to TP.
Too late? Oh no, he's
I
fine.
think they're in trouble. Meanwhile, over to the other side as well, they're going to be able to take down the Shadow Fiend as well. Oh, no.
Was it the blink from the Grave King?
It looked like
Yeah.
it was a
Yeah, it was the
blink.
blink.
And he's got another blink in 10 seconds. Bulldogs come in.
Orchid.
Orchid on
Skins.
Dazzle.
Little bit
Sonic Wave Scream. That's a dead Dazzle and possibly more. No chance for Tusk
And
get out.
I feel like
Blink
the,
in a couple seconds.
I feel the game is just slipping away from NiP.
Yeah.
If they don't do something drastic in the next few minutes, I think the game is going to be close to over for
This
them.
is time to use all your smokes, trying to find pickoffs, try to just get anything you can.
They should have the heroes to deal with the Brood as well. It's just that it's so
Yeah, but
good at
it's not,
evading them.
it's not only the Brood. It's like the Queen
Yeah.
and the Wraith King is also problems right now they need to address. Wraith King, but no, they're going to jump in. No, just got an Orchid on Legion.
It's just a little bit of hate for him. You're not going to get that last hit right there.
This has just been such a classic Brood game.
Yeah, this is a
It's
very
not been-
well. This is a very well played Brood game.
Yeah.
From Alliance. Honestly, this is how you want to
That's-
use the hero.
The Brood is the one who created all the space for Loader to do what he's done.
Yeah.
Even this Alliance supports have not. They've just played the defensive support style. Neither's actually been helped out Alliance as far as finding ganks, finding kills.
They are just there to make sure they are going to be able to react to gangs, TP in, or
Yeah.
help set up gangs.
I mean, NiP only have 2 kills, and that is largely reflected by the support play.
Definitely. They're really, really poor at this point. I mean, they are a little bit ahead of the Dazzle and Tusk, but it kind of doesn't... Well, the Dazzle and Tusk, never mind. Yeah, they're the teams that are getting owned right now.
It's like the polar opposite of what Jarex does. These Alliance supports. One extreme and the other
Jerax
extreme.
is always on the move. You know, a good example would be generally how people actually look for parkings in shopping malls. When you go to parkings, there are 2 different types of people. Some people just camp in one area to wait for people to leave, so you actually take the
I
parking.
love this analogy.
The other type of people will be just you keep running around hoping that someone leaves.
Right.
So
yeah.
there's 2 ways of looking for.
I love this analogy. All right, a smoke gank coming out. This might be a dead Shadowfiend in just a second. Jumps forward, Wraith Fire Blast as well. Snowball keeping him alive a little bit longer. Walrus Punch onto S4, jump back, keeping a little bit of distance away.
They're ignoring
That's a
Loda,
Laguna
which is
Blade. Oh, Grave might be a little bit early. Alliance. Oh, Loda's dropping down low. Did end up dying, but now the duel on top of S4. This might be enough. Gets stunned up. Is going to be able to get the duel victory, though. Mine that's dropping low as well.
That needed to happen for them so badly.
Nice jump back. Is
was
going to
a really good
light
fight.
strike array, but they're going to still be able to get those
That was
couple
a
kills.
really,
4
really good
heroes
fight.
dead for Alliance.
They needed that so desperately.
What kind of went so wrong for Alliance? Is it just they have like 2 Orchids?
No, they
and
got initiated by
Yeah.
the I
Snowball.
think the snowball. Then the
Yeah.
Legion caught the Queen of Pain, so Queen didn't do.
Wraith King blinked in, and then they just snowballed
They
the
didn't have
Witch
enough
Doctor. They
follow-up.
they
Yeah.
ignored the Wraith King initially until they'd killed the Lina, and Legion also got onto the. They killed the Witch Doctor, sorry, and then
Yeah,
they
it
also
was
went the
it
Lina.
was just better initiating, and they were
Yep.
ready. They were as far.
If they snowballed a Wraith King there, I don't think that they win that fight. They
No.
had to go past 4.
well, the
Yeah.
snowball stunned the Wraith King and
Exactly.
then got to the squishy supports. Like
Right.
Basically, the Witch Doctor and the Queen didn't do a lot in
Yep.
that fight. The ultimates were not used, so that was the key turning point.
Yeah. that was
If-
good execution.
The Legion coming in from behind enabled the dual S4 at the end. Like, he didn't get off Sonic Wave like you were saying. I think that the Legion play there with the blink was one of the big things.
Yeah. Well,
So
more standard,
it's,
less
it's
build.
a use, not an agonist.
Yeah.
I thought it was like what point booster stuff of wizardry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
This
just a
makes more
casual
sense.
point booster. Ain't no thing.
Yules, I think, slightly more essential. Like the Bloodstone just takes so long to build up to that. Yeah, having the Yules against the Queen and the Brood.
So you
as a
still go
setup.
Bloodstone next, right?
Probably. I don't know what else you get. Shivers is decent.
Too early.
but
You
it's
need
too
more
early,
HP.
Yeah. EKB, not. I mean, there's 2 Orchids, but I don't know if Lesh is really an Orchid target.
There's Witch Doctor. I don't
Yeah.
know. There's Witch Doctor and Queen, which goes through BKB. So I don't know.
Coming to try and
I think
clear up the
Bloodstone just
jungle.
gives you
Oh,
everything.
the heals
Oh,
gonna pay off
surprise.
soon.
Nice
Do they have the
stun.
follow-up Blink Jewel?
Yes, they do. Blink Duel S4 is going to drop low. One of the top net worth heroes going back towards the Legion commander. Leshrac ends up getting the kill, but
Wow.
dual damage to Legion.
Very good play from NiP for the past couple of minutes, getting key pickoffs, which what they need with the blink on the Legion, and they're gonna transition that into a Roshan. Is Alliance gonna be able to contest this? Wraith King Ultimate, how long does it have on cooldown? Wraith King Ultimate, 20 seconds.
20 seconds. So
I think that they're just going to leave it at this point.
Nah.
They don't have Sonic Wave up.
Without Wraith King Ulti.
and no problem as well.
Yeah.
Importantly. Sigil on the Radiant side is good for scouting. Sending in Spiders, looking for an Aegis deny, perhaps.
Would have been the
Cheeky
best.
play.
And Tusk gets his Blink Dagger now as well. This is huge. The ability to come on in. And they don't really have... I mean, Dazzle's a defensive support, certainly, but if you do end up getting him initiated on with the Orchid, this is a second way to be able to deal with that.
This is a
Yeah, the
tough
blink,
bot game.
the blink is very, very important for them.
We do see
If they didn't have a mech carrier, I would say that the Tusk can actually build Guardian Greaves for the Orchid, but because the SF had a mech, so the next thing for
they're
the
going to
Tusk is
find
the blink.
Loda. Armlet's just picked up now. There's the Yule Scepter. Lots of heroes in the area. We do have the Quap coming in from the other side. Dual victory. He's going to die once.
Well, now it's good they sold the Requiem. He can now unwind it.
Oh, one shot him. Shadow Fiend's so strong right now, and S4 is just going to have to look on.
He's
in
actually
dismay.
happy that Lotus stunned him. Made that second kill easy. They would have had it either way, but a dual kill and Wraith King dead. Guaranteed tier 2.
So 1,000 gold swing at the end of that, and the other 2 cores at this point in time, you mentioned that they needed an answer to the other ones. It seems like they've been able to find that.
That fight was just so bad for them. After losing that fight Alliance, they lost way too much ground in the game.
They just seem to like
They need to slow
lose
down.
all momentum.
Yeah, they need to slow down and just try to get. I think you need to get BKB on Queen done first.
The Brute just stopped pressuring. It just felt like the entire game plan and everything that had been working for
They
them
need
just
to
went
get.
out the door.
They need to get BKBs on everyone.
Yeah.
Because of the spell damage. They
Very
might not-
much they are likely regretting going for the double Orchid.
Right.
Yeah.
NiP are going high ground right now. They have Aegis. They don't even care. The level 4 Edict, it's going to wear off now, but very, very strong. And this is actually going to go down. Alliance aren't
Wraith King-
contesting this at all.
Wraith King, is he going to suicide by some time? Oh no, 90 seconds.
Cancel
They're so
TPs
far
perhaps
away.
is the best he can do.
They are going to be pushing out the tier 3 here as well.
He's been
and trying
seen
to
though.
cut
They
the
know he's
routes.
here. Gonna try to cancel TPs.
Yeah, he's going to go in. Let's go, Loda.
That's only one jump back Walrus Punch on top of him. He might go down here in just a second.
Oh,
Drop
they
it low.
cancel one
Sonic
TP.
Wave onto 3. That's going to be a duel onto Ake as well. They are taking the racks down bottom lane as well. Buyback onto Witch Doctor as well as the Wraith King trying to TP away now, and they should be able to make their way out of here. This is going to be, maybe going to be able to get no duel
One
up.
range tracks.
Going to be able to get it possibly.
No
No,
range
they
track.
kill all the spiders.
It's on a. I mean, whether you get the range track now or
Yeah,
later. not
that's a
big
good
deal.
point.
And even if you get it's just the range tracks, but the money would be nice because they need the BKBs. Actually, the money could make a difference.
Yeah, I think I agree with your point because they went for the double Orchid and they lost that fight.
Yeah.
Now it becomes really difficult
It
for
made their
them.
lineups incredibly volatile, where one bad fight just
It
screws
could,
them
it could
so
have
hard.
worked out very well if they keep winning fights, but it's risky.
There's no. The benefit for the second Orchid is so minimal that you get diminishing returns, is how I feel about
Definitely.
the Orchids. The first one's good, the second one's just like, okay, when Brood, you could have just gone for the more fighting build. Alternatively, Queen of Pain could have gone for a BKB first if you wanted the Brood Orchid. Maybe you say Brood Orchid's better because Brood can flank and get the Dazzle, so you want Queen of Pain to be more tanky with an Ags or a BKB.
But I would say that it's easier for Queen to get the silence on the Dazzle rather than the Brood.
You think?
Because
I
you
don't
have
know, the way-
blink. Because
It
you have
depends
blink.
on positioning,
Yeah.
I guess.
I've seen so many fights where Brood will just come in from the backlines with webs and then catch the supports out because you can build up the web charges, but typically, yeah, it's definitely like Blink
It's
is a
easier with
guarantee.
blink, though. More
But it
guaranteed.
also means that you've now committed your Blink to go catch the Dazzle when maybe you want to use it like to help bring down the frontliners. Heroes like Leshrek who are dealing a lot of damage.
With a little bit left on this Aegis, they might be ready to push on out this bottom lane, and Lina just picking up her Aghanim Scepter. This is actually a good amount of burst damage coming out.
Yeah, this is a full minute of Aegis time, and they are trying to get a second lane.
They have
frags.
two BKBs, breaking ulti,
Yeah.
and have Aghanims on Lina.
They
That's
have to
why.
defend. If they get second lane of Rax this early, it's
They have to
game
kill
over.
the SF. SF doesn't have 2 Aegis.
Except dropping
Press
low,
the
did the
attack
glimmer
instantly.
last second.
That was a great pressy attack.
Oh no, X4.
Yo, the duel S4 got caught so many times so far. Another duel victory for him. Witch Doctor ulti down on top of Limp, keeping him really low. Jump forward is well into loaded. Nice grade, keeping him alive a little bit longer. Admiral Bulldog off to the side as well. He's gonna be
Requiem.
dusted up. Gonna be able to get this one off. Nicely done. Takes down Loda. Oh my goodness. BKB is popped on the Brood, keeping a little bit of separation. Now Lina ends up getting Lewis as well.
That was-
More damage coming out. Alliance not looking the best at this point in time. Stun down as well.
GG.
This is gonna
That-
be another
That went
barracks.
from
That support play was so good
God.
from NiP in that fight.
That-
The instant press the attack on the Wraith King stun, the Grave,
that went sour for Alliance just as fast as
that,
they could.
that was a 7 to 8k gold lead and just...
They just
Whoosh.
lost the game in one fight. That middle fight was.
Oh my
They had to
God.
make a play happen at that point, and they did. They really did make a play happen.
A pretty substantial gold lead as well. 10k net worth thrown away at the end of the day. Alliance looking so good at the early game, and Aegis just now reclaimed. Oh, really great awareness by NiP in this one. Walrus Punch down, gonna deal with Ake a little bit more. He's gonna run away, dual damage, why not?
I don't think the items helped them, but I feel like you still can't... It must, to me, it's still more maybe a playstyle thing, or was the items the bigger thing?
I think they just shouldn't get caught at the. I didn't really know because I don't have a PC. I wasn't following.
Well,
what
Wraith
was-
King Blink initiated him with a Blink stun. They thought they had a kill, and then
Yeah, it was just.
Tusk...
Then it was their own mistake though because they weren't coordinated enough for that fight.
I think they weren't expecting. It was the first time NiP properly were grouped up as 5, and well, they grouped up as 5 early and just taken towers. This is the first time where they grouped up as 5 and looked to take a fight.
But you need to,
Yeah.
they need to understand one thing as well. What is the main damage source coming from NiP's lineup? Spell.
Yeah,
And at that point, when they blink in and take that fight, they didn't even have a BKB.
yeah, no BKBs.
So it was probably a questionable decision from their part that they think that at that particular moment they were able to win the fight where they didn't even have one BKB.
They also have like no mech. No,
But it's hard to say
no
because
sustain.
I wasn't able to follow because I didn't have a PC, so I can't.
Let's loser talk winter.
What's
Dude,
going on here, man?
Okay,
Excuses here.
My
Excuses.
PC is your PC. You know, this is we can share. You see this
jeez.
mouse here? You can.
share. I can share.
It's
There you
rough
go.
life.
It's now your
The no
PC.
PC life.
Your hands on the mouse. It's your PC.
One of you can do the keyboard, the other one uses the mouse.
there we
It's
go.
wonderful.
50-50 effort.
Yeah, but I think at the end of the
Yeah.
day, maybe the item selections could have been better. The double
Mhm.
orchid
Yeah.
probably it didn't pay off so big.
Yeah.
Maybe we thought it would have been more useful, but at the end of the day, I felt the need for the BKB was actually
Yeah.
the greatest thing that actually hindered them in winning the team fights. The BKB was the most important things they need.
So do you think that this was at all really about the heroes that were picked? What do you change in this draft? Because I felt like they got what they wanted out of the draft to a large extent. It was
You mean
just
for Alliance?
execution? Yeah, for Alliance.
I think the draft was okay, just
Yeah.
the execution. They made a bad decision, just one bad decision in the middle fight,
Right.
where they probably shouldn't have taken the fight until because they were in good position. They were leading by what 7,000,
10K.
or
10K.
10k net worth.
Just
So
about.
they just needed to wait for. But you have to understand, you are leading by 10k net worth, but Brute Mother
Right.
is a hero that is always going to allow you to be ahead. So, and the hero doesn't do so much with the net worth. So it's slightly inflated, and at the sense where you don't have BKB, I think to be safe, you need the BKBs before you try and take another fight at that point. Because how are you going to run in with the SF and the Lash?
Yeah, that's a problem.
That was a big
It's
problem.
difficult.
That was a big problem.
I concur.
I agree
I
as
second
well.
this notion.
So
I-
what
I-
other games are available now? Are we going to follow the second game?
I believe so. There is a second game coming up, or there is, I think SEA. I don't know if game 2 ended between Team 123 and Sadadu Atiga, but that may be going on.
does seem-
That game's on BTS 2 if you guys want to check it out.
Yeah.
What's going on? 2-0? 1-1? 1-0? Okay, so game 2 of that may be coming up. That's over on the BTS 2 stream. I don't see the game in Dota TV, so I don't think it's up yet.
Yeah.
Or there's China group stage games. So we're going to hop into game 2 when it's up.
Yeah.
I suggest we take a break. Would you guys like to second that?
I like that motion.
Okay. We're
Time
gonna take
to
a
wake
break.
up Ben Wu.
Sounds good.
See you guys soon.